Food allergies weren't part of my parenting plan nor my life's plan. But you know what? We've learned a lot along the way. And if you are dealing with food allergies or sensitivities, this one's for you. Let me start with my son Sebastian. He was born in 2016, and it all began with eczema when he was only a few months old. The nonstop itching, especially at night, was quite difficult. Every time we noticed we would give him any sort of new food, things like almond butter or eggs, he would develop an immediate reaction. So things like itching, redness, and hives. But it wasn't until about when he was about a year and a half old when we finally decided to take him to the allergy clinic for the first time to do a food allergy testing on him. And sure enough, the tests came back positive for a number of the foods that he was allergic to. There's actually this one moment I probably will never forget. It was my youngest son's first birthday party, and my parents brought in this beautiful cake. It is a gluten-free cake. It was a gluten-free cake from a local bakery, and it had mangoes on it, had like a mango filling, and I believe coconut cream as well. It looked beautiful. It was delicious. And when we sliced it and gave it to everybody at the table, of course, my son took a bite. And a few minutes after, I would say maybe 5 or so, he started to develop a reaction right away. So hives, itching, and eventually vomiting. And so, as you can imagine, that party did not end as we planned. And eventually, we found out that the cake had egg whites in it. And that was one of the foods he was allergic to, along with wheat, sesame seeds, and some nuts as well. And when I look back at the early years, I think what I struggle with is just looking at him struggling and not being able to help or feeling helpless at that time, because he was quite irritable and not sleeping well. And obviously, the itchiness and the not sleeping as well would affect his behavior as well. When it comes to my own gluten-free journey, I believe I had symptoms for years. I mean, I had brain fog, I was tired, I would itch, especially along the jawline after eating certain foods. And at that time, I think because I was used to the symptoms, I felt like it was just normal, or a little indigestion here, a little something there. It's okay, it's normal. And when you're in your 20s, I don't think you pay as much attention to your body as you should. And I believe eventually, like after I gave birth to my second son, my body just felt different, like it wasn't the same. I kept waiting for everything to go back to normal the way that it was, as it kind of did with my firstborn, with my first son, but it just didn't. And my symptoms got louder and louder and louder over the years. So in the fall of 2024, I discovered I had iron deficiency, which led me to see naturopath and do a deeper testing. I ended up doing the IgG test, which sort of showed me that I had a number of food sensitivities. And the most prevalent were potato, sunflower seeds, Brazil nut, and dairy, and egg whites as well. And there were some other ones too. Now, I was shocked, to say the least. I mean, potato and sunflower seeds, these are the things I ate all my life. I am of a Ukrainian background, and those shelled sunflower seeds, those were actually my potato chips. But at the same time, I felt relieved, and I felt like I finally had some answers. Living gluten-free and being allergy aware, allergy friendly isn't just about swapping ingredients for me. It is really a lifestyle, especially mentally and emotionally. And I think the hardest part for me is trusting that my son will make the right choices when I'm not around, whether with his friends or at school or at birthday parties, because wheat isn't everything. I mean, everything from chocolates to sauces to snacks, places you would not expect. And Sebastian's school has been wonderful and very accommodating, but things still happen, you know. I remember this one time, it was a new teacher to school, and she brought in Play-Doh for the kids. They had some activity going on. And if you don't know, Play-Doh has wheat in it. Actually, I believe most Play-Dohs has wheat in it. So whenever Sebastian started to make or play with it, his hand started itching right away, and his eczema flared up. And I know some of you probably know, once the eczema flares up, it is the hardest thing to heal. Eating out is a whole process. You gotta make sure, you gotta check the menu, make sure that there are gluten-free options. You gotta check with the staff and the waitresses, make sure everybody's aware of the food allergies that my son has. And it is constantly checking and rechecking. But when it comes to travel, oh my goodness, it is a whole new level. So in the summer of 2024, we went to Los Angeles, and it was my son's birthday. So we were looking for gluten-free sweets or treats around the area. And it was so difficult to find a good, reputable place. And I was surprised, because here in Toronto, we are so fortunate. We have dedicated gluten-free aisles in almost every grocery store. And it was challenging to find something good. I mean, we did end up going to, I believe it's called Saints and Sinners Bakery or Dessert or something like that. I'll look it up and I'll put it up on here, which was great. But I was surprised. There was not a lot of stuff available at the stores. And it was, quite shocking, to say the least. Now, of course, we might not have been looking in the right places, but that was strictly our experience. So over time, we found routines that work for us. We don't keep wheat in the house at all anymore. We are very careful in terms of cleaning the surfaces after eggs and nuts and things like that. We wipe our faces, actually, and rinse our mouth before we kiss Sebastian if we ate anything that he might be allergic to, or hug him. And when we do find something that we love, like a product that we love, we then buy multiple packages of them. I wonder if any of you do the same thing. And I make actually most of the bread and the treats at home. Now, it has been quite the learning curve for me, as I'm sure some of you that have tried baking gluten-free know that getting a good, nice bread or treat that is not crumbly, not gummy or dense could be quite the challenge. And our meals are fairly simple. It's, lots of vegetables, protein. We have fish once a week for sure. But at the same time, we still experiment and we try new things. And Sebastian loves trying new things. We just need to make sure when we do that, that it follows our sort of safety little rules, safety little protocol. If you are living with food allergies, food sensitivities, or celiac disease, there is something I want you to know. You can live a full and healthy life. Millions of people around the world, millions of families around the world are just like ours. And I know that educating others is an ongoing thing and will continue to happen. And it can feel exhausting, but when you connect and share something with people that understand you, that are going through the same challenges, the emotional weight just becomes lighter as you feel understood, supported, and not isolated. And that is why I wanted to share our story. If you or your child lives with food allergies or gluten-free because of necessity, not just a diet, this channel is for you. I hope our story makes you feel seen. I hope it gives you tools, hope, and community. If you want more real stories, tips, gluten-free family life, please make sure to comment, share your journeys. I would love to see those. I would love to share them with you. And it will not only help our community to grow, I'm sure it will help so many other families as well. Thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next one. Bye.